Hello and welcome everyone to Debate Pro Solutions. I'm your host, Mr. Debate Pro Solutions. So today's lecture we are looking at how to win a British Parliamentary Debate, which is on our previous video we talked about being one of the most famous style in the world, which is being practiced. So let's look at how best can we win British Parliamentary Debate. So the first thing is that you should, whenever you're going to be debating, it's all about being able to control and contribute to the debate. So the key aspect is that you should make sure that you have a flow in which you can be able to lay out your arguments, and also you should be able to follow your arguments and being able to understand the way you are going. And also look at the POIs that we have managed to answer that were being thrown at you, and how are you going to be able to handle them. And also look at the content that they've delivered into the debate and how valuable was it. So the other aspect is that we're expecting you to tell the adjudicators that something is important in the debate. So that's the issue about being a good debater, being able to come to the podium and being able to lay out your case and be able to tell the adjudicators that these are the key elements which are important in the debate that you're going to be debating, the motion that you're going to be debating. And also lay out your case in the manner that you demand other team to respond to it, or use phrase like we expect to hear a response from this material, and this is how we are going to be able to make sure that your debate work in your favor, because you are laying on, let's say you are the government, you are pointing out to the opposition that we are expecting the opposition to respond to this material, and this material is important. And once you do that, you have laid out a case in which you are the one who is in control, and the opposition has no choice than to come and being able to answer the stance that you've laid out. That's when you are actually in the manner that you are controlling the debate. Then let's look at the POIs. So you can use POIs aggressively or strategically. Aggressively doesn't always work, because it can work in the manner that you can decide to tarnish the POIs that you're being given and being able to continue with your case, being able to flow with your case that you're laying out. Or you can use them strategically. So this is where you do this. Identify early on who is winning the debate, especially the closing team, then align yourself with them. You will be able to be at the top team in the debate, or rather fourth. So the most important thing is that when you are coming forward, let's say you are the closing team, being able to predict, being able to also to listen to the other first half that was debating, being able to pick from the teams that which one do you feel like they've managed to control the debate, then you align yourself with them. And if it is your team, then you make sure that you look for the points that they were saying and you extend them in a way that shows that you have added more weight to them. If it was the opposition, you go to those points that they have raised and you then rebut them in a manner that shows that you have listened to the debate and you were looking at the most key terms that were being discussed. That way you are using the POIs strategically. Then super stakeholders. So whenever you are being given a motion, there are key stakeholders that are going to be at the center of that motion. Find that group of people, because adjudicators will care about those people and run your case around them, because they are expecting that if the motion is going to be linked to certain stakeholders, they are going to be expecting for you as a speaker to come forward being able to speak according to, in line with that motion, whereby they need to find a group of those stakeholders which are at the heart of the adjudicators. They're expecting to hear that, then you align yourself with that. That's another way in which you can win debate that way. Then we go what to call the Scotch Earth policy. This is where you are the opening team. So the Scotch Earth policy, you are trying to cover as much ground as possible, eat up all the materials that you can be used in the extension. You are trying to predict what the other side is going to say, and you are trying to lay out most of the points so that they can not have any points to extend. And that's a very key aspect that you can use in debate. The idea that you are the opening government, you are the opening team, and you are saying that you are doing the Scotch Earth policy, whereby you put all the points, you lay them out, and you put all the material out, they eat it up, so that you leave less room for them to have extensions. That's another way in which you can win a debate. Then the other one is stealing. I like this one. So what you do is that as an opening team, guess what the extension of other team is going to be. and use that in your speech. Use POIs, indicators of what they might talk about later. This is whereby you are guessing what the opposition or the government, what the opposition is going to say. Then you try to talk about it right now, and you try to extend your speech in this way, and whether they give you a POI, then use it to your advantage, and you continue to indicate that you are going to, the opposition is going to talk about this, but don't listen to them because of this and this and this. You are trying to predict, you're trying to guess what their extension is going to be, and once you know you have aligned yourself with the extension that you expect the opposition is going to say, you have won the debate, because you are already now in their shoes, and it's going to be very difficult for them to come to the podium being able to lay some of the points which are very important, because you've already opened their case. But also, as a closing team, another way in which you can win a debate is that you're supposed to pick some of the undeveloped ideas brought up by the opening half, identify those points, and then you extend them as much as you can, give practical examples, and as a closing team you can win the debate that way. Okay, so in conclusion, if you really want to win debate, British Parliamentary debate, you should be able to be in control, and you're supposed to contribute the most in the debate competition. Then you can win British Parliamentary debate. So it's all about control and contribution. So the one who controls the room and the one who contributes the most win British Parliamentary debate. So thank you so much. This is Debate Pro Solutions signing out. I'll see you on the next video.